Welcome to another adventure with Snoozy Dose. As the day fades, let's embark on a soothing journey towards peaceful slumber. So, get comfortable, take a deep breath, and let the calming embrace of this moment lull you into a restful sleep. Today's story is the well-known fairy tale Aladdin and the Magic Lamp. Enjoy. Once upon a time, a young man's father died. Aladdin, as that was the young man's name, took his father's place in running the family store with his mother. One day, a stranger walked into the store. "I am your uncle. I have come to see you," said the stranger to Aladdin. "But my father never spoke of a brother," said Aladdin. Aladdin's mother turned around. "My husband had no brother," she said to the stranger, narrowing her eyes. "I assure you, it is true," said the stranger. "Years ago, your husband and I agreed that if something should happen to him, since I have been very fortunate in my life, I would help to bring the same good fortune to your family." The mother was interested. "What do you have in mind?" she said. "I know of a secret place that holds many riches. I will take your son. With the wealth he will find there, you and he will be set for life," said the stranger. And so the mother agreed. The old man and the boy traveled for days throughout the desert. At last, they came to a cave. "You must know that I learned a bit of a magic in my life. Don't be surprised by anything you might see," said the old man to Aladdin. They stepped inside the pitch-black cave. The old man shook open his fist, and a ball of light suddenly appeared, brightening the cave. In the light, he drew a circle on the ground with his finger, then scattered red dust and said magic words. The earth trembled, and a crack appeared, widening and deepening. From below, a massive white quartz crystal emerged, filling the circle. "Do not be alarmed," said the magician. "Under this giant white crystal lies a treasure that is to be yours." He chanted a few magic words, and the giant crystal rose up several feet in the air, moved to the side, and landed. Peering into the hole, Aladdin saw steps that led down to a dark hole. "Fear nothing. Descend the steps, follow a hole, avoid touching fruit trees. Reach a stone with a lit lamp. Empty it and bring it to me. Go now, said the magician. Aladdin slowly stepped down the stairs. Through the garden of fruit trees held fruits that shimmered with a captivating glow. He could not help but reach out and touch one. Then, too late, he remembered what his uncle had said. But nothing terrible happened. He decided to keep a jewel fruit in his pocket, then collected more until his pockets were full. As Aladdin reached the stone, he found the lit lamp, as his uncle had foretold. He poured out the oil and took it back to the opening of the cave. Aladdin called out, "Here I am, uncle." The magician called out in a great hurry, "Give me the lamp." "Just as soon as I'm up," said Aladdin, wondering why the magician seemed in such a hurry. "No, give me the lamp now," cried the old man, reaching down his hand. For, you see, the only way the lamp could come out of the cave was as a gift from one person to another. The magician knew this, and he wanted to get the lamp from the boy as soon as he could, and then kill him. Aladdin felt a chill in the air. Something was wrong. Somehow he knew he must not give up that lamp. "Let me up first," said Aladdin. "Then I give you the lamp." The magician was furious. He fell into a rage and barked out more magical words. The giant white quartz crystal rose up, hovered over the hole, and landed. All went dark below. Aladdin was trapped. For 2 days, Aladdin despaired. Why didn't I just hand over this old lamp? Who cares about it anyway? Whatever might have come out of it, it couldn't have been worse than this. What was I thinking? Rubbing the lamp, he moaned. "Oh, how I wish I could get out of here." At once, a huge genie rose up into the air. "You are my master," boomed the genie. "Was that your first wish? To get out of this cave? 3 wishes are yours to command." Aladdin was astonished. Eager to leave the cave, he mumbled his wish. Suddenly, he stood outside his home, clutching the lamp and the jewel fruits. When Aladdin recounted his adventure, his mother laughed at the idea of a magic lamp. She began cleaning it, talking about making a feast fit for a king if a genie existed. To her surprise, a genie emerged from the lamp, and a lavish feast appeared on golden plates. Mother and son enjoyed a feast like no other. Then the mother washed and sold the gold plates and bought necessary things to live. From then on, Aladdin and his mother lived well. One day, Aladdin thought to himself, "Why think small? With my jewel fruits, I could marry the princess and become the prince of this land." His mother laughed. "You can't just go to a palace with some fine gifts and expect to marry the princess." But Aladdin urged her to try. They wrapped some of the jewel fruits in silk cloth, and the mother went to the palace. The Sultan was impressed. "But if his son is as worthy of my daughter as you say, he must bring me 40 golden trays of the same gems, carried in by servants." After hearing the Sultan's demands, Aladdin reassured his mother. They summoned the genie, who granted her second wish. Soon she arrived at the Sultan's palace with 40 golden trays of jewel fruits, carried by 40 servants. "This is not enough to truly win my favor. Your son must build a golden palace for him and my daughter to live," said the Sultan. The mother shared the news and used her third wish for a golden palace. By morning, a magnificent golden palace stood near the Sultan's bedroom. Aladdin's mother, with her wishes exhausted, gave him the lamp. The next day, the Sultan showed his daughter the palace, declaring it was from her future husband. "What do you mean, father?" questioned the daughter. "Do you know anything about this man? Have you even met him?" "What's there to know?" replied the Sultan. "He can conjure a golden palace overnight. He's more powerful than my vizier." "Yesterday, the vizier was powerful," remarked the daughter, "and I was to marry him. Today, this stranger is the powerful one. Why does it matter to me who holds the power?" "It matters to me," said the Sultan. "I can't believe this." The princess threw her arms up in despair and she left the room. In her dressing room, the princess complained to her lady-in-waiting, Nadia, "My father is determined to marry me off." Nadia countered, "Isn't this stranger a good match for you, madam?" The princess sighed, expressing envy for Nadia's life. Nadia replied, "I'd rather leave yours." They exchanged meaningful glances, noticing their similarities in height and hair color. They maiden-like scarves. "Let's do it," they said together, and the two of them changed clothes. Just then, Aladdin was riding to the Sultan's palace on a white horse, ready to meet his bride. The Sultan warmly greeted him. "Stay here in my palace until the preparations for your wedding are complete," he said. Aladdin could not meet the princess until their wedding day. He caught a glimpse of Nadia from a distance, covered in scars, thinking she was the true princess. Aladdin, the Sultan, and everyone else in the palace waited with growing excitement for their wedding day, except for one person. The uncle magician who had left Aladdin trapped in the cave was also the Sultan's vizier. He had recognized Aladdin at once. He knew there could be only one reason the young man could present all this magic to the Sultan. Aladdin must have escaped from the cave. "I'll have my revenge," vowed the vizier. He used his magic to locate the lamp's hiding spot while Aladdin slept. The vizier sneaked in and stole it. In a quiet place, the vizier made his first wish. "Genie, I want you to take Aladdin's palace to a faraway place in the desert that no one can find." What the vizier did not know was at that very moment Nadia was exploring Aladdin's palace. And there is something else the vizier did not know. The genie thought the vizier had commanded to be taken away also, along with the palace. So the genie sent the vizier, the golden palace, and Nadia inside it, all together to the faraway place in the desert. The following morning, the Sultan awoke to find Aladdin's palace gone from his view. In the same instant, his servants hurried in with news of the princess's disappearance. Furious, he called for Aladdin. "What have you done? Because of you, because of your magic tricks, I have lost my daughter. You must bring her back to me in 3 days, or it will cost you your head," he yelled in a rage. Aladdin thought he would simply use his second wish, and the genie would bring back the princess and the castle too. But his magic lamp was gone. He looked everywhere. In despair, Aladdin left Sultan's palace on his white horse, searching from town to town. However, no one knew of an overnight palace, let alone one with the princess in. Curiously, The real princess had disguised herself as a servant girl, leaving the palace after swapping attire with Nadia. In the marketplace, she encountered an aging merchant. The princess, in humble attire, yet she still carried herself like royalty, met an old merchant, tired from years of traveling, selling potions and perfumes. She volunteered to help and gained his trust. Together, they traveled through the desert, selling potions and perfumes from town to town. Meanwhile, Aladdin's search for his vanished palace remained the same. 2 days later, crouched in front of his tent, Aladdin held his head in his hands. Why the sad face? The princess was riding by but stopped. Perhaps a potion will make you feel better. No, thank you, said Aladdin. The only thing that could help is if I could bring back a princess and find my lost palace. You see, my palace vanished overnight to a place I do not know. The princess was probably inside it. Oh, this is an impossible task. In my travels, I heard of a palace in the desert that appeared out of nowhere not long ago, said the princess. Can you show me? Aladdin asked eagerly. Yes, I believe I can. We can reach there by morning if we set off now, the camel rider offered. Thank you, I'm truly grateful, Aladdin exclaimed, offering her a chufa fruit in payment, which the princess declined with a wave. Keep it. Bring your horse to ride alongside my camel. Riding through the night, the two of them spoke of many things. Aladdin marveled at the young lady's easy manner and generous spirit. He somehow knew she could be trusted. Before long, he told her his story of how he had discovered the magic lamp in the cave and how it had been stolen from him along with the palace. With the morning light, they rode between rose-colored rock walls adorned with white and blue bands. Abruptly, the walls ceased, revealing a clearing. See, the princess pointed. Is that it? Yes, Aladdin exclaimed, joyful at the sight of his palace. I hope the princess is safe inside, he worried. But without my lamp, I can't bring them back in time. Just then, Nadia, who had been carried away along with the palace, was looking out the window at the new guests. To her surprise, she recognized the rider of the camel as none other than her beloved former mistress. She waved at them both to come to the front door. The servants let in the guests. Nadia took them to the drawing room and shut the door. She said, "Mistress, how glad I am to see you." "I'm glad to see you too, Nadia," said the princess. Aladdin was amazed. "You two know each other?" But the princess only said to Nadia, "Tell me, how do you find being a princess?" "At first, the gowns were marvelous," she said. "Everything I dreamed of. And I liked well enough all the attention I got. But when I was carried away with this palace, the vizier came with it too. For the last 2 days, he has done nothing but fly about in a rage and smash things. He locked me up in here." "That's terrible," said the princess. "He said with this lamp that tomorrow we return to the Sultan's land and I will have to marry him," said Nadia. Aladdin and the princess exchanged a significant look. The princess had a plan. She gave Nadia one of the sleeping potions in her stock. Nadia must pour the sleeping potion into Vizier's vine when he returns. He would fall into a sleep so deep that he would not be awakened by any noise. That is what she did. When the wicked man was snoring, Nadia, the princess, and Aladdin searched everywhere for the magic lamp. At last, they found it. Holding the lamp, Aladdin declared, "I will make my second wish. The castle and all inside shall return to the Sultan's kingdom, except the vizier." "Wait," said the princess, "leave me behind too." Aladdin urged her to come with him, but the princess would have none of it. She liked too well the life of freedom she led. Aladdin did not like at all that she would be left behind with the vizier, but she assured him the vizier would not awaken for hours, and she would have plenty of time to get far away. So Aladdin rubbed the lamp and stated his wish to the genie. In a swoosh, Aladdin, the palace, and Nadia were all transported back to the very spot where the palace had stood before. The Sultan was delighted to have his daughter back, or you might say the young woman he believed to be his daughter, ready to hold the wedding in 3 days. However, Aladdin felt a growing sadness. Nadia was nice, yet the woman on the camel selling perfumes lingered in his thoughts. Her laughter, cleverness. At last, he rubbed the lamp. Is it mountains of jewels you want for your third wish? Power over all the neighboring lands or the strength of 100 men, said the genie. I wish you to take me to that young woman I met, the camel rider, the seller of perfumes and potions, said Aladdin. Master, this is your third and last wish, said the genie. What if you were to offer this woman your heart and she didn't choose you back? You'll miss your chance to marry the Sultan's daughter and become a prince. I must share with her what is in my heart, whatever comes of it. So be it, said Aladdin. Aladdin's final wish brought him to the real princess, who was closer than expected. He confessed his feelings, and she accepted them. She shared her tale. Once a princess, now content as a traveling merchant, Aladdin expressed his desire to be with her always. They agreed to marry and together started selling potions and perfumes from town to town on the camel. Upon learning of the Sultan's passing, Aladdin proposed, "With your father gone, shall we rule his palace together, side by side?" As a last goodbye to their former life, Aladdin and the princess mixed a very special magical potion. In a cloud of smoke, a magic carpet appeared, and on this magic carpet, Aladdin and the princess flew back to the palace. Nadia was very pleased to see them. She gladly stepped down to serve again as lady in waiting to the princess. For the rest of their lives, Aladdin and the princess ruled the kingdom wisely and well, and they lived happily ever after. Thank you for joining us today. Sweet dreams and good night.